Hey, good morning, Celina merchants. This is Dorothy Allen with Allen Retail Group. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for allowing me to come into your establishment and take some 360 images. I've woven those into virtual tours and placed them on Celina360.com. If you're not familiar with Celina360.com, in a second I'll take you there. But this was a project that I started with Rebecca back in August. One of the key insights that kind of fell in my lap was a study that showed that on average a cell phone user or smartphone user will touch their phone in a meaningful way 76 to 132 times per day. Overall, we probably touch our cell phone just north of 2,100 times a day, but those meaningful engagements is the key here. And what that told me was people are not looking up anymore, they're looking down. It's where they want to engage. And if merchants and businesses are looking to connect with consumers, they've got to do it on their phone. There's just no other way. It's where their attention's at. And so if you can't beat them, you got to join them. So Celina360 was designed specifically because of that trend and with the ubiquity of cell phones in the marketplace and the fact that mobile search is actually 70% of all searches. It became actually a strength to understand where the market is moving and how Celina could take care of it. So let me take you to Celina360. If you haven't been there, you can actually go to Celina360.com. Oops, I'll go there real quick. And I'm going to hit the refresh button so you can actually see the experience that people get. So here is the new Celina360.com. Now, if you've been here before, you're going to notice that there are no more clouds in the background. I literally had to take those out and change the background to compress the size of this so it would load fast. But the first thing that most people are going to see is in the upper right-hand corner, and this corner is where most people look on any piece of medium. It's a very important part of real estate. Our eyes tend to travel in an S. They'll start up here, and they'll move around, and they'll come down here. So I put the navigation up there. And this navigation tells people how to actually navigate Celina360 as opposed to navigating your stores. There's a different navigation button in each of the stores that's a little bit more compressed. So people who want to understand how to move around, what they're looking at, and you'll find that many people won't even go here, but they can see that these different icons represent different businesses. This bubble is important. It's actually how you get back to Celina360 at that 350-foot level. There's a few icons that have an eye just for information. But most importantly is here is the toolbar that provides additional help. And keep in mind, over 65% of people who actually come to Celina360.com are actually coming on some type of small screen, whether it's a tablet or a smartphone. This was designed for that. So keeping that in mind, the toolbar here is actually going to provide some help. Now, I'm going to show all of this to you on a desktop, so you're not going to see these in the working model. But I did want to tell you there's a gyro button, this little compass here. If you go to Celina360, and I encourage you to take your own tour through Celina360 on a cell phone so you understand the user experience. But this is a gyroscope. It actually uses the motion of the phone to aid in navigation. If you don't like it, you can just click this and turn it off. And if you actually have a set of Google Cardboard glasses or any VR headset where you can drop a phone into it, you can actually click this VR Ready link. It will turn into a split screen, drop it into that headset, and you are now virtually walking through your establishment. It's incredibly surreal. These other two, this is the share button, and this is another form of navigation I'll show you when we actually get into one of the businesses. So let me just close out of this. So as you can see, all the businesses are marked with an icon depicting what they are. I did this purposely. It makes it more of a treasure hunt. It keeps the interface clean from a lot of verbiage. And the whole point is to get people to point and click and enjoy the tour. Depending on what they're looking on, they may look at everything. But it's kind of a way to go quickly in and out. In the sky, you can see we have some Celina information. We've embedded some videos in here where people can actually understand what's going on in Celina. There's one of driving down to Dallas. It takes about 35 minutes. So we're trying to help people with the actual experience. Talks about the Dallas North Tollway. You can actually go out to Old Celina Park. We've identified where Denton is and how far away it is, and of course where the high school is. The new stadium, we've actually embedded some images here to help people understand what's going on with Celina ISD. I actually put this live football broadcast out here because I wish I would have known about it earlier. And anybody who's coming to Celina, I have to tell you, they're most likely looking at the athletics of Celina. I know I did when we came down here. It was one of the reasons that we chose to move to Celina versus anywhere else. So that is Celina 360 at 350 feet. Let's dive down into one of the businesses. I'm going to go down into the Willow House here. They have 4 panos in theirs. You can see each of these bubbles represents a 360 pano. You can click on any one of these bubbles to move around the store. But the entering pano is where you're going to find the most hotspots or engagement spots. And typically people get in here and they will start to move around and they'll start to look. And so we've got tour navigation specifically for this at the store level. It talks about the bubbles, talks about how to get back to Celina, talks about this help menu again, and I'm going to walk through that real quickly with you. We have a rate us here that takes you out to their Google business profile. You can actually rate them. You can actually go out and follow them on Instagram. You can download directions. There's the number of hotspots it's just unlimited, but I had to keep it to the ones that I know based on other businesses were probably the most critical for any business. So right here you have a call us button. If I was on a phone right now and I hit call us, it would actually dial the Willow House Boutique and somebody would hopefully answer. And if I wanted to connect with them via email, ask questions, whatever the case may be, if you hit this contact us, it will auto-populate your standard email platform and you could simply just type in a message. Now, what's interesting about this is every one of these bubbles is a unique view, and every one of these bubbles actually has the same toolbar. So let me just pop that open real quick, because this is the really important part that I want you to listen to. If you listen to nothing else, listen to how you can share this, and I'm going to show you what these look like with another organization that I work with up in Oregon. You can share this through LinkedIn, through an email. You can actually copy the link, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. So let's actually see if I have quickly. Let's go to this real quick. I'm going to show you what these look like. So this is a company that I work with. I'll just go back that real quick. This is social media posting. This is Cathedral Ridge Winery. And Cathedral Ridge Winery uses EV360 Tours, that's the platform, to share their 360 tour with people who want to get some idea of what Cathedral Ridge Winery is all about. Now, they have a beautiful winery. It's up in Hood River, Oregon. So when they paste on LinkedIn, it actually looks like this. Looks very similar on Facebook. Looks a little bit smaller on Twitter. And then if they actually post on their Google business profile, you can see here it looks a little bit different. And again, here's some other postings on the Google business profile. So it basically picks up the view that you're in, and that is where people will actually land as it relates to sharing your tour. And as you can see here, the premise of this is that we get people into the tour so they can explore, they can discover, they can engage, they can actually take action in some tours and share. And here's some of the various hotspots that actually can go into every tour. So that is Celina. That is how you can actually share your business if you want. And again, if you want to, somebody wants to actually go back to Celina 360, we're going to pop up here, and then we can actually go to any one of these other icons. So sharing is incredibly important. And one thing I do want to show you is share. If you share it through a link, you can actually do it through clicking on any of these. You can see in the lower right here, it's going to copy that clipboard. I can paste that into an email. If your web program allows you, you can embed this into your home page. You might do it through a public URL. You might do it through an embed code. If you have a webmaster, they should know what you need to actually put it on your website. But if you want to actually see what this looks like when you're actually on somebody's website, let me go out to Cathedral Ridge Winery real quick. And they put this on their tours and tastings page. So here's their homepage. If we go to tours and tastings, when you embed this on a website, you can actually go and simply grab it and take the tour from here. So one of the reasons that they did this is they can use their website as the link, right? And then people can actually go and take the tour right from there. So here's a reserve your tasting button. You can actually buy it now from Eventbrite. So this is an e-commerce platform. You can call them. You can get tasting and tour info. This is just a copy that comes off the website. But you can see this is a really easy way for people to not only to visit your website, but to also visit your tour. And by connecting these two, you have really what I would call serious, rich media on your website and creating great backlinks. So here's their Dundee location. Dundee isn't nearly as pretty on the outside as it is on the inside, but this is exactly how people can use it on your website. So if you have any questions about that and you're interested in finding out more on how to do that and you don't have a webmaster, let me know. I'm more than happy to walk you through the process. It's really not that difficult, and it will really help your local SEO. So that is Celina 360. We're about to relaunch this. I'm working with Rebecca on some ideas to do that. Enjoy the tour. Go out to Celina 360, find your tour, go and click around. If you have any thoughts or questions, comments, please either text me at 414-419-4800, or you can email me at dorothy@allan, A-L-L-A-N, retail.com, or you can email me at info@allanretail.com. Either one of those is fine. I look forward to working with you guys throughout the year and using this to really help build Celina Main Street, drive some business and traffic to your local establishments. I can tell you, based on what we did with Cathedral Ridge Winery, if you give me 1 second, I'll give you an idea of their success. So they do regular outbound marketing, and if you look at the information here, I'll just blow that up a little bit. You can see their traffic, and this was through January 31st. Their traffic is now up. Retail traffic is up 24%. Their sales are up 24%. You can see the increase in dollars they had from August through January. You can look at here, you can read this faster than I can talk, but the micro engagements, how people are actually interacting with their tool, some of their Google business stats, and then some of their website stats. So feel free to pause this and take a look at it. But it is a great marketing tool, and again, I thank the City of Celina Main Street group for allowing us to participate. And again, I'm looking forward to working with all of you to make this a success for Celina. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.